Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Josh Jacobs, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was and he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And an Eagles first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Wentz to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky looking for his running back, and he's got it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Staying on his feet. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. He may try and run for this. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Down the man inside. Down the man. Check 3. Check 3. Slam. Slam. Ship. Check 26. Check 26. Done.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Returnable here from the 38. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Complete. Smith has it. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline now for the PAT.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch twist. Watch twist. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Undercrush. Undercrush.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Yeah, they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Now Trubisky. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now it's Trubisky toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
53 at the mic. 53 at the mic.
Here's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play action with Trubisky. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A big play there just before halftime. 74 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
You better be ready. Alert, 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 alert.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First down, and it's Pollard again. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. First half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Wentz now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, empty.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A final shot before half for Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And
for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That'll be taken in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Waiting. Kill. Watch the run. Watch out.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna...
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. Got him in. Open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Lamb. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go play action. Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Watch the safety creep. Check.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Run for Pollard. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Blue.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 8 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Great 15. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Rush in. Rush in. Lane 5-3. Lane 5-3.
They'll run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
I got 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Throwing now is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Tighten up.
Again, it's Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long.
Please 5-7.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Wentz. They set up the screen to Lynch. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marshawn Lynch, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Check hot.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's Trubisky to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his routes so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
Hey, 18.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Alert! Don't get nervous.
Play action. It's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Here we go. Pick me up. Here we go.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.